Hey folks, it's July 19th. My name is James. I'm the president of the Edmonton Local of the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. And it's a beautiful day out here. It's a little overcast, a little breezy, but the breeze keeps the mosquitoes away and it's not actually raining. What do we have to talk about today? So I guess the big news right now is the $30 million in bonuses that Canada Post paid out, and seems to be a fair amount of outrage about that. I'm just going to leave you with one thought on that, and that's that if you fail to complete the tasks as required for you delivering the mail, or if you're not up to the standard of processing that mail, you're going to get disciplined. You're going to get suspended and lose pay. You're going to potentially lose your job. But apparently the goals for management, this doesn't apply. They get to fail at their primary goal, which is to make sure the company works and is successful, and still get bonuses for it. I understand that like each section has their own metrics, like route measurement probably has to cut a certain number of hours to get their bonuses, and different divisions have different reasons to get their bonuses. But the problem is the number one priority goal should always be that the company is being successful. Then you can get bonuses. That's really all I have to say about that. And I kind of want to talk to you about constructive, not dismissal, but constructive closing of a post office. So in the town, and I hope I don't butcher this too badly, of Saint-Marcelin de Kildare, they're closing the post office. The post office there is being closed. The postmaster, presumably retired, and they did do an interview process to find someone to come and do it. The hours of the post office there were 25 hours a week. But at the same time that they put up the bid for it, they also cut the hours down to somewhere around 20 hours. And that meant that nobody wanted the job. Like 5 hours a week is a big deal, especially if you're only making 20. And the municipality actually owns the building, and they've been trying to deal with Canada Post and say, no, we want this to stay. How can we help you with this process? I imagine that there have been things discussed behind the scenes that I've seen in some of our rural communities where the community owns the building and they end up subsidizing the rent and subsidizing the pay for the member who works there, where Canada Post is offloading these costs onto communities. But Canada Post hasn't bothered to respond to them, and they're just going to close it. Now this means that the next post office is it's like 6 kilometers away down the road for them. But I did a quick sort of look on Google Maps around there, but the next community down the highway also uses that post office, and then told me that there was one somewhere nearby, but I couldn't find it. But like their effects of these things are drastic. They really do affect these communities, and this is north of Montreal. But I've also heard that this has happened in other places, specifically in Quebec again, where they have just closed post offices where they couldn't find anyone to do the work. But the postmasters don't make that much money, and then they're responsible generally for the rent of the place that they work in. So it feels like it's constructive. And that makes me think of our Camrose and Wetaskiwin post office. It's recently come to my attention that so Amazon does returns, and they'll just send you a document you print off, or you can scan on your phone, and you take it to the post office and they scan it and it prints out the waybill, and they just put it on the box and we ship the product. But those two offices cannot do that, but the RPOs in town can. And apparently after discussing with them, it has to do with the systems that they have at the desk. The computer systems are not compatible with the technology from Amazon, so they need to update that. And apparently they put in requests for that technology, but it's not been forthcoming. But the RPO's got it, and apparently it's Amazon who decides who gets the technology. And I'm not happy with that at all. I don't think that Amazon should have any say over how our business operates, and our post offices should be the first places to get the technology. This is, again, basically constructively closing our post offices. They are making them irrelevant. Talking to the members at one of our post offices, they told me that daily people come in to do these goods, to ship them back to Amazon and to get paid for them, but they have to turn them away. And that's just shameful. I think that's disgusting. I think that is Canada Post's constructive collapse of our post office. They will not be happy until all post office services are out there for the private industry to own. There are 2 committee meetings coming up. Tomorrow, Monday the 20th, is a meeting for the Temp Rights Committee. And that's at 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. It's an open committee meeting, but you can just sign up for that, or actually go to the website, cpw730.ca, and you can click on the link there to join that meeting. And on August 6th, there is a meeting of the organizing committee, which is again an open committee. Go to the websites for details on that. There will not be a general membership meeting this month. We do not have them in August, and we do not have them in January. So we have them 10 times a year. There will, however, be a special general membership meeting, and that will be on August 29th. Look at the details on the website, and that's specifically for the submission of motions to change our constitution. All right, you guys have a great day.